Hello and welcome to another episode of Top Deck, the series where we take a look at some of the leading TCG deck lists. On today, I have a very special guest here. We have Ben Gregson, also known as Dilemma. Say hi, Ben.
Hi there.
Who is bringing us a very, very cool Halqifibrax Dragoon Turbo Buster locking monster of a deck. 60 cards, and it does some very impressive stuff, I have to say.
It is literally just a pile of cards, isn't it? There's no way of explaining it. It's quite literally just a pile of cards.
Pile of cards that happen to win a lot of matches, and you said you're currently 41-1, is that correct?
Yeah, 41-1 on Duel Limbic Ladder, and I've won 2 winner box events with this pretty much the exact same list.
Wow. And there have been a few different variations of the list as it went on, right? So initially it was just a Dragoon, sort of like Dragoon Turbo, with a artifact engine.
It was... Yeah, so it was Dragoon... The original end board was Dragoon plus Dagda plus Halqifibrax, so you can scythe your opponent in their turn, and the scythe was protected from Gamma because of Dragoon being a thing.
Yeah.
And then I got relatively intoxicated and put Buster Blader cards in, and it's better now, weirdly enough.
Okay. So I think this is the key aspect that you wanted to talk about, was the fact that you've got actual Buster Blader cards in a functioning deck with a very strong record. They are towards the end of the list, so let's quickly run through the actual card by card, and then you can start telling us a bit more about the theory, and then we've also got some combos and some information on the matchups to follow. So based on the list I've got here, so we've got 1 Morale Tech, 1 Scythe. Actually, would you want to do a bit of explanation during?
Yeah. So, as in, what am I explaining?
so initially, I know that you just had the Scythe, and you've added in the Morale Tech for the later versions. Is that just a utility point?
So Numeron is a thing, and Guru is a thing. So Moral Tech is in there for those weird matchups. It doesn't come up that often. But when you're not playing Moral Tack, you find the fact that you're not playing Moral Tack more than the fact that you're, wanting to play it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I just found myself missing an additional artifact as well, because a lot of the time Dagda just sticks on board for no reason.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And you have so many copies of Sanctum as well, so it'd be a bit of a shame to not get the best utility out of that.
Yeah, I mean, Sanctum's just one of the best cards in YuGiOh right now.
Yeah. So
might as well just abuse it, right?
Yeah, exactly. So next up we got Triple Ash Blossom. Let's just go through the hand traps all together, right? So you got Triple Ash, Triple Veiler, Double Ghost Ogre, Triple Imperm, and I'm not seeing anything else. That's the hand trap lineup, right?
Yeah, that's the exact hand trap lineup. I was originally playing Gamma, but there's not much for the deck. There's not much stuff that you can chain Gamma to if your opponent ashes you and stuff, so Gamma just sort of made a bit of a cut. But you'll notice that all the hand traps I'm playing are all tuners, and Imperm's tutorable by Trap Trick, and Ghost Ogre's tutorable by Emergency Teleport as well.
Yeah, which is really nice. It's nice to just have a spell which is both part of your initial combo and an extender if you need it.
Yeah, it's also interruption in your opponent's turn, because you can teleport the Ogre onto the field.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And then use it as an additional piece of interaction, which comes up quite a bit.
Yeah, that's nice. And then onto the various 1 and 2 card combos. So you've got the 1 DD Lamia with the triple Dark Contract, 1 Despot 001 with triple Despot 003, triple Jet Synchron. You're not playing tuning. Is there a reason for that?
Jet Synchron isn't actually a full 1-card combo in this deck. Jet Synchron only gets you halfway.
Okay. Because you need the additional summon after you make the Fibrax, right?
Yeah. Plus, so if you open Jet, it's okay, but you need multiple copies of Jet, because you'll make a second Halqifibrax guaranteed. Okay. A lot of the time.
Yeah, sure. Alright, and then 2 lefty driver and 3 righty driver. I think this engine's really nice, right? Because not only does it give you a combo, it also gives you an additional play in the following turn. And then for the extenders, you got the Adharas, the E-Tail you've already mentioned, and the trap lineup we've already mentioned. Sanctum is super oppressive if you can bring out Scythe for a lot of matchups at the moment, and obviously there's the Red Eyes engine in here too. But then the most exciting part, I'm sure you want to get onto it, is the Buster Blader portion of the deck.
Oh, it's the best bit.
It's the bit that actually locks your opponent out of the game, as opposed to the, Dragoon Sanctum, which kind of just like half locks your opponent out of the game.
The Buster engine completely locks your opponent out of the game. It's so hilarious. So the concept behind it, right, was originally I was playing a list about a month back that was pure Buster Blader that played the Hulk and, Auroradon stuff.
Yeah.
So if you opened the Buster Whelp and an Extender, you could end on Boral Savage Herald plus the Buster Lock.
Okay. Yeah.
But there was no way of getting the extra deck lock guy, whatever his name is,
it Buster Dragon?
Dragon Buster, into the graveyard to establish the extra deck on top. Mm-hmm. And then I discovered when I was testing this that I had additional extenders when I wasn't going for the Mega Phantom Beast combo. Mm-hmm. So if you open Whelp plus any extender, you can end on Dragoon, the Buster Blader Fusion, the Buster Blader Synchro, and you lock your opponent out of their extra deck, and you still have 2 cards in hand.
Yep. So you still have the discard for your Dragoon.
Yep. And also, the same thing could be said if you open Prologue of the Destruction Swordsman plus a 1-card combo / 2-card combo, or if you open Trap Trick and a 1-card combo / 2-card combo. But also, because you're playing Trap Trick, if you already open the combo, you can shoot it for Sanctum.
Yeah.
On top of everything
and because
else.
you got the morale tech, even though you've got the Dragon Buster equipped to your guy, your Sanctum is still getting value out there, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's the other reason for playing the moral attack, is now that you're establishing the Destructor and Short Lock as your primary thing to do. Mm-hmm. Establishing Scythe doesn't do everything you want it to do,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay. And then the remaining cards, we've got the double Dynamiscus, which is the mine out.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bunch of danger extenders, basically, so that you can combo off your Buster Whelp plus an extender, I imagine, right?
Yeah, either that or a danger and a hand trap is still full combo.
Yeah. It's like playing Orcust again.
Yeah, this deck is Orcust 2.0, but way wackier, is the way I've looked at it. It's any monsters to make Halqifibrax does the thing you need to do, similar to how you can make Mermaid does the thing you want to do.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's a shame you can't play Ibli.
There was a time when I was playing Dingirsu, the Orcus Mechnege.
Yeah.
That was one of the additional normal summons, and I was playing World Armor, so I could shoot it for Succession and stuff.
Okay. That's quite cool.
But Buster Blade is cooler.
It's true. It's very true.
I'd rather lock my opponent out of all of their monster effects and their extra deck than just set Crescendo.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, that's the main deck covered. Let's go on to the extra then. So pretty much everything has already been mentioned. You've got the Dragoon, the Dagda for the artifact plays, the Buster Dragon, which, if you guys don't know, all monsters your opponent controls become Dragon type. Once per turn, if you do not control a Buster Blader, then you can target one in your graveyard, special summon it. And once per turn during your opponent's turn, you target a Buster Blader monster you control and equip it with a Destruction Sword monster from your graveyard as a quick effect. And that's how you get the lock of the opponent's extra deck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then because all of their monsters are dragon, the fusion guy makes it so that, first of all, he gains a bunch of stats based on your opponent's dragons in graveyard, not really important. It changes all of your opponent's dragon-type monsters to defense, and they can't actually activate their effects. So it's like skill drain.
It's lose one turn on legs.
Oh, yeah. It's
quite
even better
literally
than lose one turn, because they can't play them the following turn.
Yeah, dude, you do this against Infernoble, and they quite literally just scoop to you.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. They have 0 outs in their main deck, Like, unless they're playing specifically Droplet, but even then, you're just going to Sanctum them.
Exactly, yeah.
It's so silly.
Yeah. And then the rest of the extra, you've got the Protector Whelp, which is actually a Buster Blader card in a Buster Blader deck, as opposed to just a dragon. Yeah. It's not just a random card in a Dragon Link deck, it's actually a Buster Blader card being used for its purpose, which is cool. There's the Anaconda, so you can put your Dragoon on board. Linkuriboh for the Jet becoming 2 Link materials, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how you can go into the Dagda or the Verte afterwards. Double Fibrax because you're going to resolve the second one, as you mentioned. The Wonder Magician to pop the artifact set by the Dagda. White Aura Bahamut. Tell me about this card.
Oh, this card's broken. So you make it with a TG Wonder Magician and the artifact you summon in your opponent's end phase, and it just puts 6,600 damage on board. Like, that is, if you read the card text, if you ignore the entirety of it, and it just says it has 6,600 attack and 2 bodies, that's basically what it is.
Okay.
It has some cool utility where you can crash the Bahamut, and if you still control the token, you can bring back the Bahamut for free.
Nice.
But it is just additional damage on the board, so if you can't kill them, you can guarantee you kill them if you're playing Bahamut.
Yeah. And I mean, if they're going to put anything on the board, your Dragoon is going to pop it anyway, so you've got so much damage.
Yeah, exactly. It's stop your opponent playing turn 1, kill them on turn 3.
Yeah. And then you've also got IP, which I assume is for when you do get interrupted and you want like a backup play.
Yeah, if you get hand trapped to death and you went on IP and like Sanctum, you still win the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the IP can go into your Unicorn. And then you've got the 2 OTK options from Borosword Dragon and Access Code Talker on top of your Dragoon and your Bahamut. So you've got loads of OTK options here. Or is the Access Code just intended to break boards?
The Access Code was... so originally I wasn't playing Unicorn and IP, and I wasn't playing Access Code. I was playing Formula Synchron and Black Rose Dragon.
Okay.
If
Formula
you
with your artifact, right?
Yeah. So if you activate Sanctum and you Formula Synchron, you can make Black Rose in your opponent's end phase for any decks that aren't any decks that are setting back row instead of doing extra deck stuff. You can just completely blow them out by resolving Needle Fiber. Weird, you blow somebody out by resolving Needle Fiber.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I need ways of actually outing my opponent's Dragoon. And because my deck summons so many Link materials for completely free, Borosword and Access Code were the first 2 things that came up.
Mm-hmm. That's fair enough. If you got the space right. That's one nice thing about the deck, is the combo itself relies on it doesn't rely on the entirety of the extra deck, so you've got all these backup options.
Yeah, it takes 8 slots, and then the rest of it's just flex, basically.
Yep. Yeah, so that gives you a lot of room to manipulate it in the future, depending on what you expect to face as well. So, if you did take this to locals, you could just tweak the extra to beat it.
Yeah, so just tweak everything to beat Guru.
Fair enough. Beat Guru.
My locals is infest. Yeah, any locals with Lewis T, we all know we need to play against Geist at some point. But the locals in the UK tend to be quite trap deck heavy. It's not like... Have you noticed that, between North America and Europe, people are more likely to play, trap decks in Europe, right?
Yeah, for sure.
They're not all out full-on combo, which is, what this deck kind of preys on.
We like purple cards. I mean, even your deck has 16 purple cards in it.
Yeah, but my deck has 16 purple cards that are cool. Well, at least 5 of them are.
And 3 of them give you one of those 5, so...
Yeah, well, the deck itself is just... It's a control deck that just has a combo it does, and that's what I like about it. Mm-hmm. Hate to go back to the whole Zephyr thing, but it is just a control deck that has a combo that it does occasionally, and if it resolves, you win the game.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't resolve, you still just control them and then kill them on the crackback. It's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Just less pendulum summoning.
Yeah. You can summon more than one time per turn.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's go on to the side deck. So, Triple Evenly is obviously, you either bait and negate or you wipe your entire opponent's Guru board, which is nice.
It's also really good against Delvic, actually.
Yeah.
Dogmatic or Eldlik doesn't have an answer to Evenly.
That's true, yeah.
Unless they're main decking Golden Land forever, but if they are, they're probably quite bad, and you'll beat them anyway, so...
Some people are playing the Synchron version as well as everything, I think. We had a profile from Owen on a while back. Or recently.
Yeah, the Synchron Dogmatica version's kind of cool, but if they're playing Synchron Dogmatica, they tend not to be able to do the whole window thing on top of everything else.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
So,
there's just not enough space.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like the lesser of two evils.
Yep. Okay, and then triple Nibiru. So is this is there a particular deck that this is the most impactful against? Because you've already got lots of hand traps which you can play around with.
It's mainly for Infernoble.
Okay.
Because, like, hand trapping Infernoble once doesn't always, like, stop them doing their thing. Mm-hmm. And also, Nibiru can't be hit by Aqua Dolphin.
That's true, yeah. Unless they have a really big body on board.
Yeah. Well, it's the only hand trap in the game where they can't Spectral Summon Red Layer and then Normal Summon Aqua Dolphin and remove it from your hand.
Yeah. They have to get to Gearfried early, right?
I mean, Gearfried's
and then they've already
28.
got Gearfried. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, Gearfried negates the Nibiru.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. But, like, outside of Gearfried, I don't think they have an out to you just having Nibiru in your hand. They just sort of look at you and go, oh, that's there.
Yeah.
And they have to open multiple extenders, right? So
yeah, that's true, yeah. Okay. And then triple Lightning Storm, which I imagine is primarily for the back row decks because you have so much stuff for the combo decks already without it.
Yeah.
But then I suppose, this is a 60-card deck. If you need blowout cards, you can just put in the entirety of your side deck.
Yeah, going second, you just side out all the Buster Blader cards and put all 15 in. Like, that's literally how you side with this deck. It's so funny. You just take out the artifacts and the Buster Blader stuff, and it's a perfect 15-15 cap.
I mean, that does the trick, right?
So it's literally, you play against combo, you side everything in. If you're not playing against combo, you side in the Lightning Storms and the Evenlies, and you just take out, like, Sanctum, because it's kind of bad. Mm-hmm. And then a Jet Synchron and something else, like...
Yeah, the combo doesn't need you to play the Jet... Like, the Jet Synchron on its own is the less efficient combo of all the starters anyway, so it's fair enough. And then... As we've already mentioned, the remaining side deck is the Forbidden Droplets and the Triple Dark Rule No More, all to break the big monster boards. Are there any changes that you think you'd make to the list so far?
I kind of want to play Cosmic Cyclone somewhere. Mm-hmm. But, like, Dynamiscus does the same thing Cosmic Cyclone does. I've just lost a couple of games to Mystic Mine. Okay. And that's a bit... Like, only having 5 outs to Mystic Mine in your whole deck's a bit, though.
I mean, it's more than we've seen topping YCS events, right? We've seen exactly. Cases where people just play 1.
Yeah, but YCS events are very different to the Dueling Book ladder, you have to realize this. Like, primarily, we are in quarantine still, and playing YuGiOh Online is still,
That's the primary way to play.
Mm-hmm.
Gives you the bigger events, certainly. Like the winner boxes that you've taken on.
Mm-hmm.
So with this deck, you went 6-0, is that correct, for the winner box?
Yep.
Taking on Dragon Link, Adamancipator, another Dragon Link, Dinosaur, and double Infernoble. The only time you dropped a game was against Dragon Link, right?
Yeah.
And, like, what happened there?
So the game I lost to Dragon Link was so silly. So I opened full combo, and he has Imperm, Nibiru, Ash, and then Chaos Space and a White Monster.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, his hand was damn perfect, and I still had a Sanctum. I set the Sanctum, I passed to him, and then I activate the Sanctum in his draw step, and he ashes me as his 6th card.
Well, I guess if people are still playing that, yeah, you can't do much about it.
Must be nice.
Exactly, yeah. Cool. So, I mean, you're not finding it very difficult then against most of the meta decks.
Yeah, deck's kind of groovy. Like I say, it preys on all the combo decks. So.
And you're 41-1. What was your one loss?
My one loss was to Mystic Mind Bane.
Oh, sorry, you got a bit quiet there.
Sorry. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, my one loss was to Mystic Mind Bane.
Okay, so you just want those Cosmic Cyclones in.
Yeah, well, I lost rock, paper, scissors, and he opened Mystic Mine and Goddess Skull's Oracle.
Oh, okay.
And then I won game 2, and then game 3 he opened Mystic Mine and Goddess Skull's Oracle. And in my 60-card deck I couldn't draw my outs. Weird.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's the one tricky thing when you're playing so many cards. But
Yeah, but playing this many cards is cool though, isn't it?
yeah, it's cool. It means you're slightly less likely to draw your Dark Magician and your Red Eyes Black Dragon, Red Eyes Fusion bits.
Oh, there's like 10 garnets in here, dude.
There are quite a lot, but some of them become playable, right? So like the artifacts become useful cards just by putting a Fibrax on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And the Dragon Buster itself is not like it's a tuner, so it gets you halfway to the full combo anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So you kind of work around it a bit, which is quite cool.
Like, the only real garnets in the deck are the World Legacy's Memories, because it doesn't actually do anything. It just summons Buster Blader from your hand, or your deck.
Yeah.
But you have to open specifically Memories and a Destruction Sword card. So, like, this card is inherently bad, but you need it to do the combos, so you have to play it. The rest of the cards are okay to draw.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I've Tribute Summoned Dark Magician to win a game. Just to clarify.
Hey, Tribute Summon Dark Magician plays around like all of the plays around Widow Anchor.
Yep, that's exactly what I need.
That's what you really need in this 2020 September meta.
Mm-hmm.
So we keep talking about them. How about we actually get into a duel and show off some of these combos?
Yeah, I'm hosting in the duel room whenever you're ready. No, it's all good. So I'll just like sculpt the hand and then show the hand. So, do you want me to show each combo or just like the main ones?
Yeah, sure. Show us all the important ones.
So the first combo is Whelp plus any extender. So, for example, like a Horror or a Danger or anything that's good. And then just a random discard. So, what's a good card to discard? We'll discard Imperm, why not?
It's not a good card to discard, but I mean, it's any card.
I mean, you still have 2 random cards in hand, right? So,
Yeah,
I drew a Trap Trick. We'll get at this. Alright, so we summon this, we use the effect, and we search. Well, we summon the Adhara first, let's not skip steps. Grab Prologue, which is like the reason this deck's good. Like, if Prologue didn't exist, this deck's really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Link into Needle Fiber. Needle Fiber effect summons Jet Synchron. Link the Jet into Link Karibo.
Yep.
Summon back the Jet by discarding the random card in hand. And then you turn the Jet Synchron and the Link Karibo into Buster Whelp. Buster Whelp sends the Dragon Buster from your deck to the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
And you can optionally summon Buster Blader from your hand at this point if you drew it. It's not relevant.
Well, it's another material.
Yeah. Summon Verte. Verte effects send Red Eyes Fusion and the 2 Garnets. If I can find them. Red Eyes Fusion is in my deck somewhere. There we go. Summon out Dragoon. And then we set the Prologue. We'll set the Trap Trick we drew. And then during our opponent's turn, in their draw phase, you activate Prologue, sending the World Legacy Memories Trap and a copy of Buster Blader, which will allow you to summon the Buster Dragon Synchro from the extra. And in response to your own card effect, you chain the Melody, banishing Buster Blader and Red Eyes, which will summon the Fusion. And then on the resolution, you activate Buster Dragon, equipping the Buster World. So you end on a hard negate. Your opponent can't activate monster effects. Your opponent can't access their extra deck. And we have Trap Trick for Dynamiscus.
Yeah. Well, would you take the Dynamiscus here? Because then you'll only have the 1 card to discard.
Yeah, but your opponent's not going to do anything anyway.
That's true. Got nothing.
And also, your Buster Blader cards are protected because Prologue is also Return of the Dragon Lord. It's not that the card wasn't already broken enough. And also, on your next turn, you can use the effect of Dragon Buster to summon itself, so then you have a tuner to make Needle Fiber.
Yep. And then you can
which is
equip
like
again with the Buster Dragon when you need to. So
yeah. So I'll scoop, and then I'll offer a rematch, and we'll show a different hand. So like, there's also another cool sort of one card combo. There's literally just like one card, and that's it. So I opened literally had Hara and Whelp again.
same combo. 60 cards.
Like, it's
How are we
really-
doing this?
It's really consistent. So if you open Despot 003 or righty driver, or the DD engine, you can do this for literally free. So, but a very good card to discard again. 003, summon 001, make Needle Fiber, summon Jet. It's not like we haven't seen this a million times before, but we're doing it anyway. Jet make Linkuriboh. Discard the Imperm to summon back the Jet. Link the Jet and the Linkuriboh into Artifact Dagda. And then we still have an additional, 3 cards in hand? Woohoo. And then in our opponent's turn, when our opponent commits to an action, we activate the Needle Fiber, chaining the Dagda, setting the Scythe from our deck, and then summoning TG Wonder Magician. Wonder Magician triggers, kills the Scythe, summons the Scythe, and our opponent has no extra deck.
Yeah. And then you can synchro summon the...
exactly, and then... Yeah, you just make this guy. And we still have 3 other cards in hand, so we have tuners and stuff, an additional card that we drew per turn to make Needle Fiber and just kill our opponent on the crap back.
Mental. Any other important
YuGiOh.
combos?
Trying to think if there's another one. There is one more, I'm just trying to remember it. Oh, I know exactly what I'm on about, yeah. If you just I'll offer a rematch quickly. So the other one is if you brick really badly, but you still open a way to fiber and trap trick. And now I discovered this by accident while doing some test turns. So if you open literally any way to fiber, but there's like a bad way. So for example, say we've opened Contract as our way to fiber, and then either trap trick or prologue, you can still do the full thing for literally free. So we'll use this, grab Lamia from the deck. This is the other one-card engine that just wins games.
Yeah.
You can technically play... Pardon?
It's nice that it's an extender as well as a starter.
Yeah, for sure. You can also play Kepler as an additional way to get to Contract, so you have essentially 6 copies of the Lamia combo. But I wanted to play Sanctum, so...
Fair.
So, make Fiber effect, summon Jet. Wow.
Wait, you haven't done that before.
I haven't done that at all. Jet, then make the Linkuriboh, do the random discard thing. Oh, we summon the Linkuriboh back from grave.
Yeah.
Discard the random cards, link away the Jet and the Linkuriboh into Buster Whelp. Buster Whelp sends the Dragon Buster cards, and then link these 2 into Verte, summon out Dragoon, and then because you opened either Trap Trick or Prologue, you can still do the original summon both guys in your opponent's turn, plus extra deck lock because you opened Trap Trick.
That's so crazy.
It's so silly. Like, you open, like, that's why Trap Trick is so insane, because essentially Trap Trick on its own is a 1-card combo.
Yeah.
Or, like, just opening Whelp is your opponent has no monster effects, which just kills Infinable. Like, the amount of decks that just die to Skill Drain.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
Because if you open just Whelp, I'm not going to reset the game, but if you literally just open Whelp and nothing else... This is taking forever. It's all good. Alright, so literally, if you just draw this card, you can go normal summon search prologue, link into Linkuriboh, activate the prologue on your opponent's turn. Send memories and Buster Blader. Always chain the memories to the Buster Blader to avoid Call by the Grave, by the way, useful tip.
Yeah.
And then you just establish this off of a normal summon.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Cool. Are there any other comments you want to make on the list, or any shoutouts?
Nobody should play this deck. It's absolutely horrible. Please don't play against me on ladder with this. I don't really want to play mirrors. Realistically, massive shout out goes out to Tom Hards for telling me that my deck is bad. And then after beating him with him twice, he was very much convinced that it's a real deck.
Yeah.
This entire concept came about because me and Tom were trying to make Tribune 3 times in one turn. And then, obviously, we discovered the Needle Fiber Dagda thing and all that stuff. And yeah, that's... Oh, and shout outs to Team Hobby Vault for hosting decent locals and being nice people.
Cool. Thanks very much for coming on and for showing off the list and the combos. And it's honestly really crazy that you've taken this list to like a 41-1 record. So let me know when you break 100.
I might try.
I'm hoping it doesn't come with any more losses, but we'll see. Maybe you can do like a...
Can you imagine 100
for 2 or something?
Mental, dude.
Cool, thanks very much for coming on. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments section. And if you want to check out any more really cool deck profiles, and especially the Zephyr lineup, check out Ben's own channel. There's a link in the description, and we'll put up the information for that. Now, thanks very much, Ben, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Catch you later.